So, the United States government has lost an F-35B Lightning II. One, of course, it was the U.S. Marine Corps. Two, how the hell does that happen? There's got to be something else behind this. This is going to be a short show. We'll go through an article, and we'll watch a video real quick on the F-35. And apparently Rumble is not working. Beautiful. How the hell? That's what I said? Exactly. Like, how the hell do you lose an $80 million airplane? Domestically. And supposedly they don't know if it's still flying itself? Like, what the hell? Yeah, there's something else behind this. I mean, obviously we don't know yet what the hell it is, but man, this is an odd story. So this is an article from ABC 22. This is a local. So we'll watch this. This is just real quick.
Search is on now for the missing F-35. They don't know where it is and are asking the public for help. Publicly available flight data shows sled flying over Lake Moultrie near Charleston. If you know anything, call Joint Base Charleston at 843-963-3600. Search is on now for the missing F-35.
If you're the United States government and don't know anything, call Charleston. Because obviously they're having some problems. Charleston, South Carolina. Lake Poultry, I believe. Who the hell cares? Lake Moultrie. So the area we're looking at is right here. This is Lake Moultrie. I believe this is a Murphy Island. Okay, so yep, there's a military base right here. There's Beaufort, Hilton Head, Savannah, Georgia. For reference, Charleston, South Carolina. And those of you from America, this is the East Coast of the United States. I'm going to give my theory right now. West Taiwan hacked it. Don't tell me they can't. I certainly think they can. I think there might be something that the government's up to. Our government. So, have you seen an F-35 in South Carolina when it's gone missing? And of course, this is from NPR. So I'll read it in a very, very very, very smart voice. Like I know where the plane is, and I can direct the U.S. military directly to it because I'm a libtard and I'm smarter than everyone. No, I can't do that very long. Where did the balloon fly over before it was shot down? Right over that base. Yep. Thankfully, the pilot of an F-35 jet safely ejected, but in a bit of mystery, you don't say. The world's most advanced fighter jet, and we'll see some of those advancements, is now nowhere to be found. The U.S. military wants help finding the plane, which is believed to have crashed. Yeah, it's out of fuel. If they lost it yesterday at 5:30, it's almost been 24 hours. It's out of fuel. This damn thing crashed. The unusual event took place Sunday north of Charleston, South Carolina, where a pilot from Marine Fighter Attack Training Squadron 501 ejected from their jet, specifically an F-35B Lightning II. So these are fifth generation fighters. These are the new fighter aircraft that have been put up by the Lockheed Martin. And they're supposed to be the most advanced jets in the world. Well, we can't find them. In a statement to NPR, the Marine Corps did not specify whether the jet's transponder was on or whether it was carrying any armaments. So we don't know what was on it. I found reports that confirmed that the transponder was indeed off, which is not uncommon. Not uncommon for fighters to fly transponders off. Here, I think, is the weirdest thing. Why the hell is the U.S. military telling us this? That doesn't make any sense to me. The pilot ejected safely and was transferred to a local medical center in stable condition. The Joint Base Charleston, in a message sent on Sunday around 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, emergency response teams are still trying to locate the F-35. The base is asking for members, shut up, of the public to get in touch if they've seen the plane or have any information that could lead to its recovery. The fighter jet is based at Marine Corps Air Station, Beaufort. It comes from a squadron whose mission is to train pilots and support crews on the F-35. It also takes part in air show demonstrations. Based on the jet's last known location and position in coordination with the FAA, which should be tracking it even if it's... Thought this was going live later. No, I had a quick minute. Like I said, this would be less than a half an hour stream. This is just blowing my mind right now. What's up, Dog Mom? It's not known what led to the pilot to abandon the aircraft. The Marines and others involved in the search characterized the apparent crash as a mishap, one that's still being deciphered. Tell me I'm wrong. We were hacked and they're trying so damn hard to pull a CYA. See, I don't know, Jason. That's a good theory, man, but there's so many other ways that they could cover this up. Like immediately. So it happened at 5:30. I actually saw it last night. And I was like, well, it just went off radar and they found it or whatever. But now it's getting even crazier. Hey, what's up, Kitty? How do you lose a jet? That's my exact question. Not any jet. A 5th generation fighter that just came out from Lockheed Martin. That's one of the most advanced aircraft in the entire world. A few new details have emerged Monday. Major Melanie Salinas, communications director of the 2nd Marine Aircraft Wing, told NPR that as of 1:30 p.m., search and recovery efforts were ongoing, while other agencies helping the effort. The mishap is currently under investigation. Salinas said, citing protocol, she added, "We're unable to provide additional details to preserve the integrity of the investigation process." Well, what the hell does that mean? Transponder was off, and it's always generally in stealth mode. That's kind of its default because of its radar signature. But they had it all the way to the eject, and they didn't see it crash immediately. So an F-35 crashed in South Carolina in 2018. The mishap comes roughly 5 years after another Marine Corps F-35B crashed in South Carolina. In the September 2018 incident, the pilot was also able to eject and land safely. So 5 years ago. Exactly. The 2018 crash was blamed on faulty fuel tube in fighter, prompting an order to inspect the entire fleet of F-35 jets owned by the U.S. and its allies. The planes were returned to service after crews ensured the flawed tube wasn't in their fuel systems. An Air Force F-35A crashed in Utah last October. after turbulence from another F-35A's wake confused the jet's flight control computer systems. As it was preparing to land, the pilot was unable to recover control due to the plane's low altitude and airspeed and was forced to eject, the Air Force said. Another F-35 variant crashed in 2019, this one an F-35A operated by Japan. The cause of that crash was determined to be human error after the pilot became disoriented. An F-35B, like the one lost in South Carolina, currently costs about $80 million, according to reports. The F-35 emerged after 2 decades of development that bloated its cost 10 years ago when a huge assembly line was being built to finally begin producing it. The Marine version of the jet topped $160 million. Its main military contractor, Lockheed Martin, predicted the price would come down as more fighter jets were made. Of course. Because Lockheed's a piece of shit. Legacy defense contractor. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. It's so confusing at this point. I really don't know what to think of it. If the F-35 wasn't notorious for being hard as fuck to keep in the air, I think this was weird. Well, it's not even in the air. It's the ejection, which was odd. And then, as of last night, they believed it was still flying on full autopilot. So where the hell was it flying? And this is a good side plane. You would see it. And I know this for sure because I just saw one, a smaller jet crash very close to me at an air show. There's a short somewhere in there. So I know it makes one hell of a fireball. Like, it makes a noticeable fireball. So you're telling me they didn't see it? They didn't see a fireball somewhere and say, I wonder what the hell's going on there. So there's just a lot of odd that doesn't make sense with this. Yeah, absolutely. Daily Donkey Salty Dabs. Yep. They fly almost autonomously now. The pilots are just kind of a backup, but so this is a little bit about the experience the world's most advanced aircraft. This is a hype video from Lockheed Martin itself, but why not get it straight from the source? So
Welcome to Into the Cockpit.
it's a
We examine the capabilities of
guided
advanced aircraft.
autonomous
Today,
AI.
We're going to explore the technology
Autopilot.
that makes the F-35 a fifth-generation fighter. Now, to be fifth-generation, an aircraft must possess certain differentiating capabilities, to include stealth, advanced sensors, information fusion, and network connectivity. And the F-35
Network connectivity.
is all packaged together in a long-range, supersonic, highly maneuverable fighter. Come on, let's go take a look. This is the F-35, an advanced multi-role fighter.
So just scan for Wi-Fi.
The F-35A was built for conventional takeoff and landing. The F-35B, which utilizes revolutionary lift fan technology to take off in short distances, accomplish hover operations, and land vertically. And the F-35C, with a larger wing, reinforced landing gear, and a specialized tail hook to permit operations on an aircraft carrier. Now, each variant meets a specific need, but all models of the F-35 provide the pilot with stealth and an advanced platform to gather information and disperse information across the battle space. So what is stealth? Stealth describes techniques that are used to make an aircraft less visible on radar.
No, the strange part leading to the ejection is not going to be talked about. Exactly. They know exactly where the flight is. They should know a flight plan. The FAA actually tracked the plane to the ejection point, and then I believe they tracked it after for a little bit. So how they don't know where the hell it's at is beyond me. I have no idea how you wouldn't. And so this is an F-35 with huge amounts of technology. Huge amounts of technology. It has to be recovered. If not, you're giving technology to, random people. Yes, the pilot is alive. He is in the hospital. We do not know his name, his rank, his duty station. We know nothing whatsoever about the pilot. So, not a single thing, and they're not going to release any of it. Hang on, we got some. I'm just reading real quick. Because there's a new update as of 3 minutes ago. Let's see. I'll keep going with this video, and then I'll let you. Yeah, it's good that he survived and he's alive, but. Yeah, that's very likely. What's up, Stingy, by the way, bud?
One of those techniques involves the use of radar absorbent material, or RAM. Radar absorbent material, or the outside coating of the aircraft, can be used to decrease or absorb radar energy so that the overall effect is that the aircraft signature is decreased. Another technique is by the use of the structure of the aircraft. The design of the wings, the fuselage, the tails, everything is combined together with very specific shapes and geometries so that radar reflections can be controlled to the max extent possible. Additionally, weapons and fuel can be carried internally or inside the structure of the aircraft, so the stealth characteristics are maintained while the aircraft is still fully mission capable. The F-35 has an advanced built-in sensor suite, one of those attributes making it a fifth-generation fighter.
It's not in my garage.
Optical targeting system, or EOTS. EOTS is integrated directly into the airframe of the aircraft. And what that means is there's no need to externally mount a targeting pod on the outside fuselage as is done on fourth-generation fighters. Now on the F-35, it's built right in. The system combines a forward-looking infrared and infrared search and track. With this design, the F-35 can detect threats like never before and identify areas of interest for flight operations. EOTS also gives the pilot the ability to precisely deliver laser-guided and GPS-guided munitions from their own aircraft or other allied platforms. Located in the nose of the F-35, right above EOTS, is the most advanced radar system in production. It is called the F-35 Active Electronically Scanned Array Radar, or AESA radar. An AESA radar is able to detect, locate, and identify multiple threats at long range, using both active and passive modes. It can simultaneously monitor air-to-air and air-to-surface environment to provide situational awareness to the pilot. The AESA differs from previous radars in that it is composed of a single array of mini transmitters and receivers that form a beam of radio waves that can be steered and controlled electronically. That means there are no moving parts, and the array is fast, robust, and reliable. It's also capable of suppressing adversary air defense systems through electronic attack by directing RF energy at its targets. This mirrored window is part of the Distributed Aperture System, or DAS. DAS is a first-of-its-kind, 360-degree situational awareness-producing system. DAS consists of 6 mid-wave infrared cameras located around the outside of the aircraft that create a protective sphere of information coverage around the F-35. The system points out threats such as missiles, relays precision tracking a wingman, and provides night vision and fire control capabilities. In total, DAS increases the survivability of the aircraft in hostile battle space by boosting the pilot's situational awareness of the environment. In fourth-generation fighters, The pilot was responsible for observing and processing information from all aircraft sensors and using it to develop a unique mental picture of the operational environment. The F-35 reduces the pilot's workload by doing that processing for the pilot. The information from all the sensors is fused together to create one ever-evolving operational picture, a picture that is complete, real-time, and instantly usable. This process is called sensor fusion and permits pilots to operate with more speed and precision. So how does a pilot make use of all that information provided by the F-35? One way is through the use of the Helmet Mounted Display System, or HMDS. Now each helmet is individually fit to the pilot to make sure that all the information that is displayed on the visor remains visible while flying the aircraft. And it's this fused information translated from the two-dimensional world of fusion into the real world. It's an augmented reality that puts all the basic flight information, the fused data information, and the targeting information right wherever the pilot happens to look. And oh yeah, here's the cool part. The DAS acts as an additional set of eyes, giving me greater field of view on the HMDS visor and cues to threats that my eyes may otherwise not see. Since the cameras are outside the aircraft, it allows me to look through the aircraft. I can also switch to night vision without having to switch additional equipment or add it to the helmet. All this helps me make critical decisions faster. Now that we understand 5th gen tech in the F-35, let's see how these transformational capabilities are put to use by the pilot flying this advanced multi-role aircraft. In this scenario, a two-ship of F-35s is tasked with a reconnaissance mission in unfriendly airspace. As the F-35s cross into contested regions, they use the F-35 stealth to operate within the adversary's air defense system. The F-35 sensor
Go look at
collects
it.
information,
Go look for it
using
fast.
and
Find it
cataloging
for me.
into relevant data to provide to the pilot. Increased situational awareness is instantaneous. The ESA radar scans for any threat
He had a
from
wingman
ground,
in the
scopes the
second
ground,
F-35. The
areas of
second F-35 landed
Suddenly, the radar
successfully.
detects a patrol of rival aircraft beyond visual range.
safely.
The information is displayed on the pilot's HMDS, and the F-35s turn to avoid them. The enemy patrol is heading towards a flight of 4th gen Allied aircraft and haven't seen them yet. The F-35 shares the location of the enemy patrol through a U2 node to the 4th gen flight, so they too can avoid the threat. The F-35s provide additional support to the Allied formation by actively jamming nearby radar installations, making it difficult for adversaries to locate the 4th gen flight. The formation adjusts course and is able to avoid the enemy patrol. The F-35s continue their patrol when DAS picks up a missile launch from the ground located behind the flight. The F-35s transition tracking from DAS to ES and then send the missile launch coordinates through a satellite node to a nearby ship to conduct a target intercept. The F-35s complete the mission, depart hostile territory, and return to base. That was a brief demonstration of the F-35's differentiating capabilities that make it the world's most advanced 5th generation fighter. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope to see you next time as we enter into the cockpit.
No. So there's some breaking. So just to catch you up real quick, fast, because we kind of went through it, but the United States Marines have not said why he ejected, if there's any issue with the plane, why the transponder was turned off, why it was put on autopilot before the pilot ejected. Nothing. They haven't given any information. They haven't given any information on the pilot. He's supposedly healthy in a hospital, but there's not a lot of information out here. It was at Marine Corps Air Station in Beaufort. Pilot was transported to the local medical center in stable condition. Joint Base Charleston, but there's no other information. So I have no idea how in the hell you would lose an F-35. There is grumblings significantly unconfirmed, but that they believe that it could have landed in Cuba. This is my thought where it is. It's either on Craigslist, F-35B Lightning jet, slightly used, $2 million cash. or it could be this one right here. F-35 stealth fighter jet, $80 million. That's a high asking price for a used jet. I'm not gonna lie. I think they should have started the bidding at like $35 million. Love the $5 shipping. That's incredible. Joe Biden's on the hunt.
Have you seen my F-35? Have you seen my F-35?
And how would it land in Cuba? I don't know. That was recent, very recent coming out. I'm not sure. That would be in its range. It has 900 nautical mile range. And it just started its training flight. So it would be possible. So this is the jet we're talking about, just if you guys are not familiar with the F-35. It's a big aircraft. So, and flight radar has a bunch of planes tracking in that area. I don't know. There's a lot of weird surrounding this, man. Like, so this is flight radar's tracking radar. So as you can see, they're running routes. This is probably man in the middle. This is probably your comm. I can't click on anything to find out, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. None of this makes sense. So the U.S. military originally said that it was still flying. So this happened at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time yesterday that they reported it lost. And even after the ejection, they said it was still flying autonomously. And that was the report up until like 8:30, which I think is on the edge of its range time-wise. Let's not even get into the autopilot, whether that's going to be successful flying it, and how they didn't pick it up on radar after that. This whole story is weird as hell, and I don't understand. So I don't understand what's going on. So I don't know. We'll see what's going on with this guy. If anything breaks, I will let you all know, certainly. But I have to get back to it. I just wanted to come on and give you a quick update because this is a weird story. If you hear anything, of course, shoot me a message or throw it in Discord. I'll keep refreshing as much as I can. So, but yeah, my biggest question is why is it is stealth. It is stealth, but it still has connectivity, or should. My question, and a question I think everybody should ask, is why is the government telling us? There's so many ways to keep this under wraps. It's just weird that they're coming out with it like this. But all right, y'all have a great day. I will catch you later. Take care.